From Jönköping, we are live from DreamHack Winter 2017 with Finals Day of the ROG DreamLeague Season 8 Finals. Yes, it's a major. 8 teams entered our double elimination bracket, and as of this morning, 3 teams remain as Evil Geniuses and Team Liquid will face off in our opening series of the day. Team Secret, finalist at ESL 1, Hamburg Major, wait in the wings for the winner. I am joined here by our panel. We're mixing it up this morning. I wanted to get some time to talk to Toby and Blitz a little more casually. And Slacks, thank you for filling in for me last night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it through today, guys, I promise. Toby, let's start with you.
Hi.
High point of the event for you so far, buddy?
It was definitely the starting video of every single day, having that nice little old lady walking down the street.
Yeah, she's
highlight of every day of mine.
very concerned, doesn't she?
She does. She's like, what are all these gamers doing in Jönköping?
Why are they filming me?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I don't know what this is happening right now. What is Dota?
Baby, don't hurt me. Blitz.
No more.
Oh my God, I didn't believe we did that. Blitz, how you doing this morning, buddy?
Good, good. It's been good Dota so far. It's been the best Dota so far of the year, I think. Objectively speaking. I can say that because I worked a lot of events. Like, it's the best Dota so far of the year.
You talking to your boy Artur backstage?
You were too, what's up?
Yeah.
I was just asking him questions. I don't think I should repeat what he said.
You never repeat what Artur says, but I wanted to talk to you about him because he looked pretty good yesterday. Had a couple of games where I think he carried about as hard as I've seen him in a long time.
Yeah, I asked him about that, and he's like, I don't care about... He's kind of like hit this zone, I think, where he's like, I don't care about third, I don't care about second, I don't care about first. I'm just here to play Dota. No, there's no stakes or anything like that. I'm just here to play Dota again. And I think that's a positive change for him. I think sometimes like he puts too much pressure on himself. Like I think sometimes it gets to him. You know, he thinks like I have to do well, and you overthink things. And it's like the yips, right?
Yeah.
So I think he's calmed himself down. That's good.
Slacks,
Hello.
seriously, what you guys out there don't see is that this man really does make it a lot of fun for me, and I really appreciate you filling in last night. How you feeling this morning?
Feeling great, Nahaz. I cannot wait for this series. We got Liquid and EG. I've been waiting so long for EG to come back as a tier 1 team, and if they can pull it off against Team Liquid and get into that finals, whew, we're gonna have a party on our hands. So very excited here today.
Have you guys gotten a chance to walk around any? See any of the other sports? Toby, I know you were bummed. We're gonna miss the PUBG finals today.
Yeah, we were going to go and raid the stream over there. We were also going to like try and steal a couple of copies of Assassin's Creed.
Hint, hint.
Yeah. Anyone going to bring in those? Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, but no, we actually haven't been able to see any of DreamHack at all. But it's okay, because we're here for Dota. And there's been a lot of good Dota. Like as far as the competitions happening over the last couple of months, you haven't had this many top teams in that one location. They are all here, and it's been a wonderful sight to watch.
Yeah. And the stakes are really so high at this tournament. Toby, you were the one this morning, we were looking up the point standings, updated in real time.
Yeah.
And Na'Vi, with a fourth place finish here, if you cut things off right now, they would qualify as one of the top 8 for TI.
Yeah, they're in the top 8 as far as team points go at the moment. Number 1 is Team Secret. Team Secret are all the way up there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
They're ahead of VP?
They're ahead of VP.
Yeah.
Even Team Liquid, even if they take a full victory here, who I think are the closest runners up, they also won't actually beat out Team Secret. So Team Secret, number 1 right now, going to TI.
Wow.
Makes sense to me. They're number 1 at the major. So there you go. We're so far, you know.
So far. Anything can happen, man. Liquid through a lower bracket has happened before at some mediocre events. Like,
This is actually like identical to like a lot of the majors. Secret,
Yeah.
Liquid, EG being, that was Frankfurt's
Yes.
setup. And Shanghai's.
yes.
Shanghai's. It was Shanghai setup. And
Yeah,
fourth
Frankfurt was OG, right?
Fourth was MVP, I think, at that event or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Shanghai, yeah. So that's pretty hype.
That was a big breakthrough for SEA, right?
Man, it's like almost identical to the setup. It was like at Frankfurt Major, Secret got to the finals, but they lost. And this time they're again in the finals, having beat Liquid. Because I was working with them back then during Shanghai time. So it was like they beat Liquid to get to the finals in an epic series. Then EG had to play Liquid. And like all that jumble had to happen.
How surprised were you with that result yesterday that Liquid was able to Secret was able to take down Liquid? Because I really thought that was a revenge series for
Yeah.
Liquid last time at ESL 1 Hamburg.
Yeah, Not really. I think Secret right now, I think they might be the best team in the world, like overall, because it's a grind. It's not easy to like keep getting these top 4s, these top 2s in these majors. I think it's really impressive that they've been able to get consecutive back-to-back majors. And they were always a talented team, but I feel like they just did a little bit of a hardware upgrade. They got somebody that fit their place a little bit more. You should see the way that pros talk about Ace, by the way. Like, people have no idea. We give him a lot of credit, but the way that pros talk about it, that's the guys I look for, like the pros pro. Like, who do they look at on Secret and say, like, that guy's stability? Everyone right now is talking to me about Ace.
Well, you just never know, right? You see these guys, and there's so much talent there, but you never know how they're going to respond when they're put on the biggest of stages. Like, you know, Firo was a guy that I thought could be really good and just didn't really have that chance to shine. Kezu, I still think Kezu could be a top-tier offlaner, but he wasn't necessarily a fit with the team at that time. But it just feels like Ace and Fada are the perfect fits style-wise for what Secret wants to do.
I just love the fact that Secret are enabling Ace. Like, we've seen Ace in the Dota 2 scene for a very long time. He comes in and Poppy's like, okay, we can craft our team to function at peak efficiency. You say they're the best in the world. They're making the use of things which have always been there. But Ace's fit is slot. Arteezy got more space, hence we can also say, like the rest of his team, Arteezy doesn't have to worry because the rest of his team is doing their job and creating space for these one positions just to roll into the mid game with a lot of power. So it doesn't matter if Samel has absolutely nothing in the early game.
Well, you know, you all talk these nice, cute stories about your team secrets and your team EGs, but we still got Team Liquid out there. And I don't know if you were watching the same game as me yesterday, but that tiny IO madness coming out from Tumby, I don't know how anyone's going to beat that team. That team is looking freaking unstoppable. Sure, they lost.
Yeah.
But that was just to get in the correct position for the revenge. Sometimes when you're up against a team, all you want to do is face them again. So you throw the second game.
You say they're director aiding this right now?
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what that is a reference to, but absolutely. Director aid indeed.
Hey, this guy hosted a major panel, Nahaz. I'm just telling you, you let this guy host a major panel.
What is Director 8?
I'm sorry, Red Eye. I'm sorry, Shiver.
Who?
It's Xiao 8's nickname.
Who is Xiao 8? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, those teams are out. I ain't got to worry about Chinese Dota.
Production is going to save my sanity.
Hey!
We are going to have a look back now at the top 5 plays so far here at the DreamHack Major. Enjoy.
He does indeed, he finds the catch. Doom's there straight away onto Pasha. They're trying to bring him away, but the chase down's there from ROG and Dreno. They crouch him out, bring him down. They'll also get the touch onto Ramsey's quick blast from Crystal takes him. No one comes. Oh, this DD! Oh, the DD! All the damage! They've got to run, they've got to hide. Na'Vi have lost 2, maybe even more. No one chases down.
Dendy getting bashed doesn't help with this. They're coming in once more as General
getting low.
tries to be the front liner.
He's trying to time it.
In they go, rolling boulder. Kaka, the 3-man stun once again. Sonic Wave is so hard. SCCC hit by the Requiem Souls. Point blank range. Roshan, oh, gets it. It's found by the Radiant. Moogie gets the Aegis to the Immortal. Newbie will be almost all dead. KP, Moogie's alive, but not for much longer. He begins to run. 16-1 charges. They pull him back in again. Moogie will go down. Puppy's being chased down by the rest of the Lycan, Booked and Wolves.
He's gonna bring
Maybe
it back.
Arteezy can come through the side. The tree toss will finally get the first kill for EG in this entire fight. But the clap is down. They're trapped in the trees. Everyone's gone bush. Tidehunter is brought down. Chris trying to keep him alive. But here comes your epicenter. Crit maybe denies himself to the Ogre. Spyvex coming in from EG. Relocate to the front lines. But Arteezy, he gets locked in. And the double forward strike again.
He's just chilling.
Yeah. Too bad they changed the level 10 talent. Otherwise, he could right-click.
Here
Heroes.
we go. They go in onto Puppy. 4 heroes.
Can he? Oh, okay.
All right. It takes a lot. They do get the kill. Oh, look at this. Oh, yes. Oh, it's going to get free. Oh. And they're going to get a 4. They close the gap. Yapsor. But still, that's Undying down once. He has that Undying talent. He's going to be back for round 2. They've opened up onto Ramsey. Ramsey's falling low. Can they finish off this race? They can. Razor's down. Now Dendy turns towards Medusa, but the Stone Gaze comes through. No one shot forward. He's been disarmed. Dendy, he got the Heaven's Halberd off in time, but it might not matter. Dendy and Seneko having to keep their distance. Mass buybacks coming out from VP. But this could be a dieback. They have the shackles. Crystallizes there with the damage. It's a dieback from Ramses. Get the catch. Na'Vi on the high ground. They've got the vision onto Roger. Glimpsing back in the field, but General's there immediately with a hook shot on the side of it. Repels out to Ramses. He's laid them down. There's no
God, look at the damage.
There's no fortification. He's going to be game over. Na'Vi.
Unbelievable. All right, Blitz, just to bring me down a little bit, you're the guy that I go to when I get a little overexcited. You like to tell me calm down, relax. Was that the best Earth Splitter you've ever seen in a pro match?
I don't know about the best, but that was pretty sick. There was one in China that was insane. That, what was it? I can't remember what his name. No, Lanem was hitting. He had some pretty good ones, but it was pretty incredible.
Got it. All right. Well, guys, what are you looking for today? We're about to switch things up.
It's Liquid to come through the lower bracket and win, right? That's what we're all here to do and watch.
Whoa, hey, come on now.
Just gotta throw it out there on the panel.
Liquid's time has come, okay? Look at that. They are win their TIs. They've made it to the top 3. They got their points. But these teams, the other ones, they want it more. They're more hungry. They're starving for some food here. And EG's the hungriest of them all.
Are you a Wolverine?
No, they are. They're frightened like ravenous little marsupials out there. Okay, Secret and EG, they need these points. TI, Liquid's already got the instant invite. They're going to want it a lot more. And sometimes if you want it more, it will happen, Nahaz. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Father.
We are going to switch. We are going to switch up our panel. Thank you very much to Toby and Blitz. They are going to be bringing you the first series of the day. Let's take a short break, switch things up. We will be right back. Welcome back. Wow, we have switched up our panel a little bit. The usual suspects are here. We got Fogged and OD back to chat with us on the panel. Going into the first series, let's start looking at these two teams. I think this is going to be a great one. Liquid
we know
and
it's going to be a great one. You know, this is
going to be hype.
They're both series today, whatever way it goes. It's going to be an incredible way to end a major that's given us a lot of very exciting games. And to have EG Liquid to start off the final day, he couldn't ask for anything better.
This feels like a throwback. I feel like I used to watch EG Liquid play all the time.
Yeah, but this is different now. These
it is very different now.
The Liquid is a whole other team. Back in the day, they used to be that like tier 2, you know. Oh boy, will they be able to beat EG? The script is flipped, Nahaz.
All right. We are moments away from the start of our draft. EG with selection priority opted for first pick. Liquid are going to be Radiant, continuing the trend. There's only been one team that's opted for Dire in this tournament. Liquid in one game did it. Every other choice has been Radiant. I'm going to offer you guys a choice of questions here, okay? I'm going to ask you about EG, and I want to know either EG to me, they shifted into a different gear yesterday. It's a gear that we haven't seen from them in, I feel like, many months. I want to ask you either, who do you think was the key player yesterday that shifted them upward, or who do you think is the key play today for them to get past Liquid?
For EG?
For EG.
Honestly, I don't think we can really put it down to one person. I think they really just stepped it up across the board. I think yesterday in particular, that last match, Arteezy on the carry really went absolutely nuts. He was really like the saving grace for the team. But in the other matches, it was kind of all of them started playing a bit better as the game progressed. It was just the synergy started hitting there. We saw like Crit with his Earth Spirit. He got like really successful silences and stuns, then with his Slardar as well. So maybe we can give it a little bit to Crit, because he really was like the kind of one that brought it together after that rough early game that they had in several games.
But you brought up Arteezy first, because to me, we talk all the time about EG, about they have these 3 very farm-intensive cores.
Sure.
They got to get space for all 3 of them. Arteezy, over the summer, has made the switch to more of these tempo carries. He's less of a farm-intensive player now. Yesterday was the first time in a while that I saw Artur literally just take over the games. The last game against VP, he was in the face, on his Lycan, he was in the face of that Ramses gyrocopter from the start of the game. And then the last game against Na'Vi, his gyrocopter basically just, there were some mistakes in that game, it's got to be said, but his gyrocopter brought them back 14-1.
Yeah. I love seeing him playing the traditional carry.
Me too.
Like, sure, his Venomancer and stuff was great, but I look at Arteezy and I'm like, no, he's got to play these flash farming heroes, these heroes that can just absolutely decimate the fights with efficiency. When he gets really farmed, gets ahead, that's when this player looks so dominant. Back when he was like super like God mode basically on EG in 2015, that was because he was playing these heroes like Razor, etc., like stuff like that. He just always would crush it with Razor, Gyrocopter, etc.
You want to know the story of EG in this tournament, my
What is
friends?
it?
You know, their weakness was always that they were a superstar team. Every single one of them had this big ego, these big plays, and they were just a big character. But in this tournament, that has been their strength. Every single game, one of them managed to steps up and completely own that game and bring them back from the jaws of defeat. You had Universe on his Bat Rider. You had Crit on his Earth Spirit. You had Arteezy last night on his Gyrocopter. Every single one of these players stepping up at one game to make it completely their own. They finally found that gigantic superstar strength there, and we're really seeing it right before they go out, and we're probably going to keep seeing it today.
That's why I was saying, like, it's hard to put it really on that one player, like Nahaz's question, because every single one of them in specific games have really stepped it up to the plate and made up for it.
That's super rare, right? I mean, usually a team will just have their superstar players or at least the support staff for them. Not on EG.
Yep.
Every single one of these guys could be the player of the game.
I unfortunately have to agree with you, Slack.
Hey!
And to sort of go off on what Slack says, you know, it is that point of the fact that this team, we've seen them 2 times suffer heavily in the early game, but then come back to win. And sure, you can look at the opponent's play and say, well, they made loads of mistakes, but the thing is that happens, and a lot of the time, the team is not able to capitalize on it. But EG, each time that's been sort of handed to them, they make the most of it. They do make these turnarounds. I think that's incredibly terrifying to go against a team that, you know, regardless of how well you do in the laning stage, there's always going to be the potential that this team keeps their cool and swings the game back around.
Well, wait a minute, Owen. I think you actually just set me up for the perfect transition, because EG today going up against the best early game team in Dota. No, in all seriousness, the description that you just gave of the way that EG has been playing, I think that's how you describe Liquid. They give themselves a chance to win every game that they're in almost any situation.
Yeah.
And you got to ask yourself, is Liquid going to let EG play the kind of Dota that they've played so far in this tournament?
Well, you know what? Here's the thing, right? It's an unmovable object and an unstoppable force. You have the best early game team, the team that makes no mistakes, but then you have the team that if they make any mistakes, they crush them. What happens when those two forces meet? They must become one.
Wow.
And a good
And that's
game
the
of Dota.
post-major roster shuffle.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're joining one team, Evil Liquid.
Evil Liquid. I don't think that name's going to stick.
Weren't you a stand-in for this band confirmed?
I like Liquid Geniuses a little bit better.
Liquid Geniuses sounds
That
good.
flows a little bit.
Oh man, wouldn't that be sick if Dota, if they came out and they're like, from now on we're doing 10v10s, 2 teams have to play?
No.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I'll be
Combine
down.
teams together.
That would be pretty awesome.
Would be.
Patent pending.
There we go, Midas Mode 2's
Next
format.
tournament coming out. Patent
10v10.
pending.
I
10v10
actually
versus
would
2.
love to see All-Star Overthrow. That's one of the things that I'd like to see at one of these.
No, overthrow is too random. 10v10,
It's fun, though.
that sounds like actually.
All right.
You have what, like 3 people in each lane, and then one
Yeah.
guy just roaming around and stuff. Dude, that
2 of
sounds
the
like-
top teams versus 2 of the top.
I want to see
Patent
that.
I
pending.
think you're onto something.
You're
I think
onto
you're onto
something.
something.
I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Yeah, don't show this live. This
9
is-
months, guys.
Well, wait a minute. It's not like Slacks would just totally make up some cockamamie tournament with weird rules from out of nowhere.
Yeah, let's just
That couldn't
And a
happen.
glove that tells everybody what to do.
move on.
All right. So, guys, Fogged, key player for Liquid in this series.
I gotta say, Matu.
All right.
Oh.
Good answer.
I think that he is the player that when I see them struggling at times, when I see like the rare times that they do struggle in the early games, he's always that rock that comes back. His life stealer comes to mind for me in several occasions. Actually, in the DreamLeague season, they had some games where they were kind of like all dying a bit, and then Matu just comes out and he's like this 9-in-1 life stealer while his whole team is negative, and he just comes back and brings it forward. Same with his lone druid. So I would have to pick Matu for it.
That's a typical carry player's answer, but Matu is nothing without GH. The Tiny is nothing without the IO, and we've seen GH just go absolutely ham in this Dream League, as he always has. He was born in Dream League, for God's sakes.
The pre-beard GH. That was only the slight beard. Now
That was when he was
he's
a
morphed.
young man.
He's morphed.
Right?
Yeah.
He's a grown, grizzled vet at this point.
Well, whatever he's doing, it's working. We said this stat before, but Team Liquid has competed in 10 LANs since GH joined that roster. 7 of them, they have won. That's not bad, guys.
That's 70%.
Decent.
If my math does correct.
Wow.
Thank you.
A+.
Your math does correct.
Guys, I'm
Indeed.
passing him so that he's not in my class next term. Owen, who's your key player here for Liquid?
I think sort of for a different reason, I want to say Miracle, because I feel like in the series where they got knocked down, there was a couple of games where it didn't feel like Miracle was at his full potential. I think he struggled a little bit, which is very uncharacteristic for him. So for me, it's just seeing if Miracle can sort of bring it back to the level that he was performing at in all the other series. I think he just had a tough series, and all eyes on him because they need that man to perform. They need to have him as sort of this solid rock that can come back from a hard mid lane, which he's probably going to get. He's going to get a lot of hate in the mid lane of these series, as we've seen with most of the games at the moment in this meta, in this patch. Mid lane has become sort of the 4v4s, the 5v5s sometimes at the 10-minute mark. So for me, it's all eyes on Miracle, seeing if he can keep a clean game after a slow start, which he has in the past, but he did struggle with in the series yesterday.
Yeah,
All right, well, we have talked about the players on both sides. You are gonna have a chance to weigh in on this. This vote is gonna go live at the beginning of the match, so hold your mouse buttons for now, but at the opening horn, you're gonna be able to vote for one of these 10 players as MVP, and we will analyze that on the panel after the game. Please do not vote for Dendy, he's not listed,
Vote for
even though
Dendy.
we still love him.
Vote for Dendy.
Go, Dendy.
Wow, thank you, panel. All right, guys, let me put you on the spot here. This is a hard one, all right? We talked about this with Loda for a little bit yesterday. We are playing this tournament under a relatively new patch. 707, a lot of changes, all right? Map moved around a little bit. Is there any of the new mechanics, items, talents, whatever, that you feel has stood out in this tournament? What have you noticed about the new patch in this tournament?
This is the thinker. I
there-
gotta go. I'm gonna go last.
Because there are a lot of things, right? We theory crafted a lot of 707. We theory crafted that there might be less dual lanes mid. Haven't really seen that. I theory crafted that Dire might be a little better relative to Radiant. Haven't necessarily seen that. All
You're
the teams
way
pick
off on
Radiant.
that one.
I got my answer.
Go
You guys ready?
Yeah, I can go
Yeah,
mine.
please.
Go
I have
yours,
a
Floyd. You
great
go first.
answer, but
Flash
please.
farming cores.
Yes.
That's the one for me. Like gyrocopters, Lunas, Lone Druid. These heroes that can just really claim map advantage, just getting
What do
so
you-
much farm. Lone
What
Druid,
do
I'd
you
say,
think
'cause
about the
double
new
bounce,
patch
but
has really caused that to come forward?
I'm not too sure what actually has caused it, but that's what I've just been seeing. That's what I like to see when
Okay.
these teams that have ancient farmers that can really just pick up the pace of the game after, like, if it starts to slow down. That's what I like to see.
All right.
I think one of the biggest things for me in this patch, which I've definitely loved watching, is sort of the bigger importance of Roshan. It's always obviously been this massive,
Yes.
important objective, but nowadays it's stepped up even more. We're seeing more teams go for these early smoke movements into the pit, trying to sneak it, and we've had so many big Roche fights, so many big Aegis steals and such, compared to sort of past patches, because there's such a higher chance for it to happen. With the amount of times you see the Roshan pit, and there's 7 heroes just hitting Roche, trying to get it, trying to pick up the goods. And with the addition of Refresher Shard as well, it's also added into the potential for some incredible ways to end the game.
All right. Very good. Thank you, gentlemen. We've talked enough. It's time to get down to business. One of the premier matchups in Western Dota, our lower bracket finals. Here are Team Liquid and Evil Geniuses. Two TI champions. Fear winning TI5 at the 1 position, coming back now as the 5 position and drafter, the team captain. Kuro, reigning TI champion and the winningest player in Pro Dota 2 history. We're moments away from the start of our draft. Gotta ask you guys, one of the big questions that stands out to me, are we gonna see an Omni Night ban? I think the answer is yes.
Probably,
So,
yeah.
in the
Okay.
first.
No.
I wanna-
for each side, yeah.
I want to talk about one other thing too, quick. I love seeing like you talked about the other day, the old vets when
Yes.
they shake hands like this. The 2 captains we saw, Puppy and Fear, and now and like Kuroki and Puppy. Now we have Fear and Kuro, and these 2 guys, they're one of the few 2 players that have actually played like almost all the roles in competitive play. So I just want to bring that up really quick.
No,
I
these
love
are
it.
the first and second most heroes played in the game. 105 for Fear, and I believe 104 for Kuro.
Oh, look at that! You had it ready. Oh, that was beautiful.
Of course.
That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you.
No, these guys, I really don't think that there's anybody that plays so many parts of the game so well. The Elder Titan ban coming out in the first stage.
That's an interesting one.
That's
I guess because of yesterday, right? The way Secret played it.
I mean, I guess
think that
so.
hero is.
It looked
I think
good.
that hero is super good.
But then that wasn't the happens in Yapzor, and Yapzor makes the majority of heroes look pretty damn amazing.
I'm just very agreeing with that tiny first ban. Both these teams have been shown to run that to very varying degrees of success in this tournament. Might as well just knock him out and makes you a lot of options there. So.
I think targeting Matu, that is what that's telling me right now.
Yeah.
I had said he's going to be like the biggest thing for Team Liquid, and I mean, his Tiny was impeccable. His Lone Druid was the other thing I mentioned. He's an absolute monster in the hero, and that looks like what EG's starting to focus on.
Bane ban as well. We saw what Fear was able to do with it yesterday. We've seen what many players have been able to do with it here on this LAN. And one of those heroes that, despite the changes, he's still incredibly relevant. You know, came out, was this fantastic, you know, put him on the off lane. Now, toned down a bit, but he's still proved to be incredibly strong as that support.
That is actually the first Elder Titan ban of the tournament.
Yeah.
It's
Whoa.
been picked twice, never banned so far in this weekend, and Liquid take him out in the first phase.
It was picked twice?
Yep.
I feel like I only saw one of them.
Maybe on the other
I
stream.
believe you, but.
Yeah, it was
on the
one
other
of
stream.
the day
stream.
one games.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Sneaky.
So Omni Knight's still there. We'll see if one of the teams takes that out with a third ban, or if maybe, as you say, another sort of prioritization of Matu's heroes. See if EG want to take another away from his pool.
Sure. Loda was talking to us about not banning a hero that both team wants as kind of the mind game, you know, because they're making you expect that you're going to pick it up. And there
There's
you
the
go.
Razor and the Omni.
Yep, there it is.
Okay, sure. No problem there. And we're finally going to get some info here on Evil Geniuses. Any ideas what they're probably going to...
It's Evil Genius. It's probably Winter Wyvern.
Wyvern over.
Right, Winter Wyvern. Let's go.
Team Liquid.
Okay.
Oh!
Oh, this one was banned a lot of the times versus EG.
I can't wait to see what this thing can do. Everybody's been banning him, so...
Yeah, Kuro was.
But
Kuro
we
played it as
yeah,
well.
he had a really good game on
Yeah,
it, didn't
very
he?
solid game.
Kuro did.
So this should be a lot of fun coming out from EG. Shadow Demon. We probably are going to see the Winter Wyvern. Got to agree with you, gentlemen. Somebody going to be picking up that hero. Which means we're probably going to be seeing a Slardar too. I'm just getting ahead of myself. But.
Shadow Demon, a little bit odd in this tournament. He's valued highly by some teams and not by others. He's been banned 9 times and picked 3 times, all in the first phase, both categories. And if he doesn't get touched in the first phase, he gets through
He's
the draft.
ignored.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is pretty intriguing. Well, a lot of teams are drafting their supports in the first pick.
Yes.
So that makes it a little more understandable.
Remaining.
Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Good morning.
Good morning there, Sweden friends.
Remaining.
Ah, it's anime. All right, anyway. Earth Spirit coming out here. We've seen a lot of the Earth Spirit coming out from Team Liquid and Evil Geniuses, so another highly contested supporty hero, and
There's
there's
your
your
Wyvern.
Wyvern.
Yeah.
It was always going to be there on one of the sides.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
Good for her, you know. She had some tough times after TI. Took a real introspective look, got better, and she's back out there.
Yep.
I'll see what EG want to take. Oh, I'd still be down with the sort of the Slardar crit,
Seconds remaining.
as we saw yesterday. Very nice with Shadow Demon. Moving around, having that setup from Fear.
People running Slardar that much without the Wyvern? I mean,
It's a little bit harder to verse Wyvern because there's the cold embrace.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Affects the
Yeah,
physical a lot.
okay.
It still could be a possibility because Crit played it pretty perfectly in both
Yeah.
the games yesterday.
Interesting. Do we dare talk about the lady on the cat?
I like this.
Oh.
I like this better than
Okay.
the Slardar.
Sure.
Because then you get the magical damage versus that cold embrace.
But whenever I see a Shadow Demon, I'm thinking one team's probably going to have a Luna. Either the team with the Shadow Demon or even...
Well, you don't wanna
riskily
pick
the
it
team
into it,
against
do you?
That's something we saw yesterday.
We did see, yeah, someone did pick it into Shadow
That did
Demon.
not work out.
They lost the game, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
So definitely an option here for Evil Geniuses that are coming up.
I mean, we've seen as well, Arteezy Luna is top of the world at the moment.
He has a 100% win rate on Gyro and Luna in this tournament, so.
Sure. Gyrocopter, another hero that we'll probably be seeing.
Especially versus Wyvern, mixed magical on top of the physical. So I think that's probably going to be the pick for EG, the Gyro.
I mean, do you think Liquid are thinking about banning the Luna? Or do you feel that they may feel that...
That Lycan ban tells me that they want either Gyro or Luna.
Yeah.
Because we saw yesterday, you just run.
I mean, surely it's going to be banned by Liquid. Or do you think Liquid could maybe feel that they can deal with the the Shadow Demon Luna.
No,
I think if you ban one, though,
No.
EG takes the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the big thing, the Medusa ban right here, if EG were to take Luna third, I think you come back with the Chaos Knight.
That's an a drow ban. That's something a little different.
Yeah.
That's interesting, huh?
I mean, Liquid definitely seems to know what's up with EG. Already, 2 bans, the Elder Titan and the Drow, something that we've not really seen any of the other teams do here on LAN.
What can the Drow tell me?
Use that brain fog.
I'm
We
thinking,
need it.
I'm thinking.
It's interesting because isn't Wyvern normally pretty good against any sort of Drow strat? You've already got a good bit of D-push, but... Yeah, Liquid taking Drow out. This is going to leave, as we've said, both of those 2 potential RTZ cores
Maybe
up for EG.
because they just want to really be okay in the early game, and even EG has struggled a bit in the early game. Maybe Liquid thinks that could be some adjustment that they wanted to take,
Okay.
but I'm not too sure.
Morphling, great ban by any team these days. Get rid of him. Very strong hero.
Yes.
So.
Yep.
Nice as well, because we've seen what Liquid have both Matu and Miracle play it, haven't they? They can both play a very good
Yeah.
Morphling. So it's one of those core picks that Liquid could have gone for and had that versatility to switch around.
Remaining.
I mean, you just can't let Team Liquid have Morphling. I mean, he's like the team mascot.
That's true.
You gotta get rid of that.
The more I look at the Drow ban, the more I think it's just about tempo. That you see the Lycan ban and you say, you know what, we just don't want to get pushed off the map.
Sure. Yeah, let's see here. Taking a long time, boys. This is means that we have 2 very good teams facing off against each other. Already into reserve time. Only, I guess this is the most important pick though, right here, most likely, right?
Yeah.
This kind of gives
The
the
third
whole
pick
strat.
is because it's like that extra ban, as Nahaz was mentioning in the other days. It's like you steal the pick away from the other team.
And it's often here where you have to decide how much information you want to give away.
Yeah.
The example I'm thinking of the other day, do you remember when Na'Vi picked Viper third for
Yes.
Dendi? All of a sudden, you knew so much about what Na'Vi's lanes were going to look like, so much about the tempo that they were going to be playing.
I wonder if Liquid's considering just taking the gyro here.
I mean, we haven't seen Gyro have too hard of times, especially when that Lycan's already been knocked down.
EG's turn.
And
Okay, they take
Okay. So a mind
core.
control clock. We've seen a couple of core clocks here in LAN. I feel like it's not
General.
been as successful as the 4 clock. But with this pickup,
That's
should be mind controls.
Well, they certainly got a lot of initiation, a lot of mobility, and a few backup plans coming out with that draft.
That's really different coming up from Liquid.
It
I haven't
is.
seen them do something like that in a very long time, putting MC on that type of hero.
They have not picked it in this patch
Yeah,
No.
that's
at all.
very different approach.
Now I don't feel bad about not guessing it. Hello there, future Dota All-Star. Yes, wonderful. See you at TI 20. You've got this.
Just don't listen to Slacks.
All right, here we go. Evil Geniuses going with the Bat Rider.
Oh, we saw Universe have a brilliant game yesterday.
Incredibly
where
good versus
he helped
Wyvern.
climb them back, and yeah.
I love drafts like this between 2
Yeah.
veteran captains, 2 great coaches. This is a chess match draft.
Yep.
A lot of these third picks you don't want to give away the core information.
This also still can allow EG to go for some type of aggro, because
Yes.
Earth Spirit's a bit of a weaker one, and then you can have the Bat Rider in a 1v1 versus the Clockwork. That could be an option that they go for here. I mean, Shadow Demon, Sand King, +1, you throw in like a Luna or something like that, you can easily go for those aggros. And Bat, very good versus Clock in the game, very good versus Wyvern throughout all stages.
Curious though, the Life Stealer, viewed as a laning counter to the Bat Rider, still on the table for Liquid.
And they have the 2 delivery systems.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
true. Yeah,
Yep.
Matuma Man
Good
Lifestealer could be nice. Still the ult from the SD a little annoying. And they've got the lasso in the later stages, but the laning could be strong.
And you got to go back. I don't think it's a great hero right now, but I always go back to that Manila Major and the Slark from Atumaman, how well Liquid takes advantage of the vision that he provides.
Oh, man, get out of here with your Slark. The last Slark that we saw was, wasn't great.
I mean, I also the
Liquid goes for the
Okay.
Viper themselves. So they've ran this in the past before, and they went for the Veil build on Matu.
Liquid's turn.
and there's the
EG,
Luna.
yeah, we expected that Luna to come out with the SD Sand
Yeah,
King.
no surprises there at all with EG's lineup.
Yeah, this will be a rough match for Liquid. I wonder if they'll be able to be the first people to beat Arteezy's Luna. With the Shadow Demon? Probably not. That's looking pretty strong, buddy.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. So far, I'm liking EG's lineup.
Me too. Yep. They have a lot of team fight
So
and strong lanes.
Liquid, this is the 4th Viper pick for them in this patch, 3-1. I still like the potential for a miracle Chaos Knight here. They have done that in this patch.
Sure. That'd be a lot of early game aggression.
What about Terrorblade for Miracle?
A lot of, you know, I actually get a little bit scared about drafting Terrorblade into Soul Catcher. I just feel like
and versus Shadow Demon as well, yeah, just in general.
And Bat Rider is pretty good. I mean, if you could just get that terribly.
Yeah, I see the Tinker ban, and that's like, that starts yelling Terrorblade to me.
Yeah.
Sure. Makes sense.
But I feel like you're already against a lot of burst damage potential on the side of EG. It's not a bad pick.
I think the thing is that the way that they play it is they just 4-man run around until he gets online.
Hey,
They ban the Terrorblade.
Look
I
at
think
that.
Good call.
I think that has to actually be done.
So what do EG finish off with here? They still need that hero for some mail.
We're gonna make Blitz happy. Is this a Storm game?
I mean, Blitz has been saying he thinks that hero's actually dead. He's really unhappy with it right now.
He's just mad because on paper he was right. That's the thing. But there are 2 drafts that he's called very favorable Storm games where the Storm is lost. But I think the hero may just be a little bit weak right now.
Stop calling him out now.
You know what's been left in that we're seeing?
The thing is, I agreed with him.
Yeah, I know.
The Death Prophet is still there. Could they not just put some mail on the DP?
Yeah, that's pretty odd. I mean, she's been picked up almost. I would say
you
almost
do all right in that
every
mid
game
lane. It's going to really complement the push, and once they get it together, so that 25-30 minute mark with Luna, ST, and DP, they could just look to end the game.
And they've got Shadow Demon too, so it's a kind of a save, at least for the Death Prophet. Not a crazy amount of burst damage from Liquid either at the moment.
I guess you can't pick Storm into Viper. Okay, Puck. Yeah, you have to pick something that can lane against the Viper.
Okay.
That's a pretty hard lane.
It is.
Yeah. I don't know.
But the thing about Viper, like people still think about Viper and they think about 1v1 lane matchups.
Yeah.
Like Puck in a dual lane against Viper is not as bad as it would be 1v1.
And I think I'm seeing that EG can still go for aggro here and have that Bat Rider in a 1v1. I think they want to get that matchup. Because then it gives a lot of freedom to the supports to kind of run around, and they put pressure on Liquid so the Air Spirit can't make all the moves.
But if that's what you're thinking that EG is doing, don't you just pick Lifestealer here?
I mean, what heroes are left that are good in that lane? It's a Lifestealer, Weaver, also can farm very nicely against the Bat. It's another...
And then you have Lifestealer versus Luna in the end.
Yeah, you're right. PL.
I think
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay.
The Lancer, huh?
But now, how does that lane go 1v1? If the PL ends up 1v1 against the Bat Rider?
Oh, you got the doppel.
You're in an okay spot. You have a long cooldown on the doppel early, but you can farm all right.
All right.
With some help.
Pretty even drafts, I feel here, guys. Who do you got in game 1, Owen?
I mean, the way he's been playing it, I find it really hard to ever go against Arteezy's Luna, and especially with the SD, the team that they've got around it, I've got to go with EG on this one. I've just got much more confidence in that than the PL Viper combo that was. I think we saw what actually Na'Vi did the other day and they struggled with. Obviously, Liquid's a very different team, but I think, EG, SD, Luna, it's going to be good.
I like EG's team fight. I really do. I'm going to have to go with them.
EG looks really solid right now, but I feel like Kuro has something up his sleeve with this draft. It's very unique and odd with the clockwork. I think they might have been saving that just for this game. So I'm going to trust in Liquid on this one.
I'm going to go with EG. I feel like in drafting the Viper, you're betting on shutting down Sumail in lane, and I think EG's got the rotations to prevent that. We will see. He struggled last night as Timbersaw. I believe in the Sumail Puck here. Guys, we are about to start our lower bracket final here, EG and Liquid, game 1, and to bring you all the action, here are Toby, and Blitz.
That's right, game 1 of what will hopefully be an amazing series between the Evil Genius as well as Team Liquid. Team Liquid, we're getting Mind Control Clockwork, we've got Matumberman Viper, we're going against SD Luna of EG. It feels like EG have a really stable and easy to execute draft compared to Liquid.
I think so too. I don't know how much I believe in this Viper hero either. There's some heroes in Dota that are tanking for me right now. And Viper, we haven't seen really anybody make it work so far.
Yeah. Every time a lot of the times it's also been in the hands of teams like Na'Vi, or has been an answer to mass illusion spam that's coming at you as well. That was answer to Broodlings when watching him play in China. But like, how do you make it work? You get a large amount of farm on him. Like we've seen Dragonlance and Maelstrom builds. Do you even do that against this EG lineup? Do you look for a timing for him to push, or is he just that frontline tank? Do you make him utility style?
Well, for him, he needs a BKB this game. Like Matama Man will get BKB second item, and then he'll be pretty unkillable. Whether he deals damage is another story. By the way, I love it when you cast Bat Rider and Luna games. It's my favorite. Hearing you pronounce some of this stuff, Tobes. I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I'm not even trying to flame.
I can imagine the Luna one, but is Bat Rider really that different?
The way they used to say his ulti, I'll just say his ulti.
Lasso.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. You know, I fixed that for you, man. I changed for you.
But what about Illusionary Orb? There's all my favorite Toby-isms in one game.
You can shove those isms where the sun doesn't shine. All right, we're gonna have bounty steals, and it's gonna be a 2-2 trade-off still at the end of the day. And Evil Geniuses, so they're gonna push Crit and Universe to do what we've seen a hell of a lot of, which is just this wave-style cut. I'm still counting the days until Axe comes back, just because he used to be the king at doing this type of cutting.
I don't know how this mid matchup goes. It feels like Viper, though, loses a lot of mid matchups nowadays. The downside of Viper in this one-on-one lane, you ever want to know like these kinds of things is, like, yeah, he harasses you, but the downside is like, he doesn't draw aggro, so he doesn't shove out the wave as easily either. And he doesn't have an outspam ability. What he does, though, is like, you're trying to force people out of the wave with Viper, is the idea behind it.
I'm watching this top lane battle going on. Mind Control is trying to cog burn off while GH rolling boulders forward, but they were just waiting it out. We saw this, well, not exact combination, but it's the way Arteezy plays this safe lane. Once he has Lucent Beam up, it's just a little bit of harassment, Lucent Beam, then they go for their initiation. GH is staying in the face of Arteezy, and Mind Control is hoping for another cog burn. There's not a lot of kill potential here, but both sides are trying to make each other think there is. Then you'll have the opportunity.
Yeah, I think that GH is making the right call here. It's not a whole lot that he can do until he's at least level 2 against the puck anyways. When you're like level 2, level 3, you've got some kill potential on him because of the kick. If you wait out Sumail to use his orb. And Sumail actually having a little bit of a rough time mid as Matama Man is winning the regen battle, which determines a lot of this mid matchup, like who can out-regen the other.
Yeah, Sumail's got more supplies coming on the courier.
Yeah, he's gonna need to ferry another set of regen to himself after that. Like, too hard for him to get bottled immediately.
They went in pretty deep up on top lane. GH gets a little bit more space, Mind Control. The cogs will hold Fear in. Arteezy and Fear have been pretty good at getting their way through those cogs, even farming them up when the harassment comes out.
Yeah, Universe, though, is doing very nicely right now in this bottom lane. Miracle already has 5 stacks on him. He's gonna have to doppelganger out of there. And although this matchup isn't bad, I mean, Crow hasn't really been able to help too much as Crit is being well annoying right now.
They're stalking the bounty runes
Bottom tower is under attack.
as much as they possibly can.
Yeah.
But that Invis rune is not really going to come to much. Both Radiant and Dire scan up. It's Team Liquid just checking the safety of their courier running down mid. Well, EG wants to know if there's more behind the tower. This is allowing Universe to Firefly up and go after Miracle. A quick doppelganger. He'll get a little bit further away. Kuro is nearby. There goes your Lances. Universe, a lot of damage to that tier 1 tower. Here comes Rolling Boulder. GH arrives, and Universe up and away. Firefly's got a little bit longer left, but not long enough. Miracle able to claim that first blood on the safe lane of Liquid.
And meanwhile, in mid, Crit tries to make the attempt as Matama Man is chasing after him pretty hard. Sumail, though, with no orb, has no follow-up. And Matama Man just gonna salve around the trees, gonna get right-clicked and lose it. And now it's him that's losing the regen war as Sumail's brought another set to him, and Matama Man's gotta be careful. He's getting pretty low here.
GH, the kick! It reaches Sumail, but Matama Man's gonna get the kill on Sumail! It looked in the bag, but GH, he helps out bottom lane, moves towards the mid, makes it work. Crit will at least get some level of revenge for the EG.
Did you see Crit coming?
No, Liquid definitely didn't.
He just popped out of nowhere. Matama Man's like, yay, I lived. No, I'm dead.
Oh, he is the one running around with the Invis rune, right? There's still no observer watch for Liquid watching that part of the map. Instead, it's all the way up on the top that they're keeping their rise. There's Kuro. Safety TP out. Fire versus Ice. Didn't want to play that elemental battle.
Now, due to the first blood, this Phantom Lancer is doing very well for himself. EG have a lot of heroes in that thick middle of things, but top 2 net worths do belong to the side of Liquid.
Well, disruption. Fear trying to create some space. GH has rolling boulder available, goes for the kick, just clips on the edge of Fear as Mind Control holding Fear in position. They rolling boulder again. This is difficult for Fear to get away. In fact, impossible. Mind Control will take the kill, and Liquid now claim their third.
And GH is a full level ahead of Mind Control right now. Has done quite a lot on the map so far, and this is what you need out of your 4 position, is to accomplish this, whereas Crit has not been able to be as successful. He did pick up that kill onto the Viper, but not having as much impact right now as Kuro. Gonna run into Crit. There's no bounty runes or anything for him, so he should just spot out the action up at top, and he does. They do have a ward ready for this. Sphere gonna make his move over too.
Yeah, Kuro waiting in the back lines. Has a level 2, but hasn't skilled up the second ability, so if he needs the Cold Embrace to save, he'll have it. Mind Control tries to create space with a battery assault, rolling boulder. GH comes in, looks for a good kick. It actually, no, it doesn't clip into Crit, and they have enough damage once Kuro gets out of this Cold Embrace, or do they? Stick charges. They had to work so hard to kill off the Wyvern, but they lost Luna in the back lines, while Crit, double stun, Universe will arrive. Mind Control and GH have to rolling boulder away. GH gets body blocked out by EG. The Cogs create space. GH under the tower. He's going to survive. Maybe Fear can reach him, but he's got no points up in the Shadow Poison. It's all disruption and capture for this SD. So they've got nothing to play with to get that range damage in.
Nice kill by Liquid onto Arteezy at the same time. And this GH Earth Spirit has just been so active around the map. He's got cores that can kill, and that's the important thing, Toby. Oftentimes when you're an Earth Spirit, you have no real game. It's difficult. Like right now, in his position, it's not easy for Crit to get any of these kills off. It's not easy to kill this Viper, so Matema Man isn't too worried since the beginning. Now he's got raindrops and a wand. That becomes even more difficult. The Phantom Lancer at bottom is...
Oh, this is a nice opportunity at least. This kill they can get.
Yes, this
Fire
is like
Strike in,
kill.
hold the Wyvern in position. He can Cold Embrace, but with the magical damage of Universe there, the Cold Embrace wouldn't have protected him enough.
I think they're okay with that though, Liquid.
Yeah.
Sure, you lose Kuro, but doesn't matter too much.
It's all about the supports dying, right? Like yes, you've lost your Viper and mid to a cheeky SK rotation, but the only other 2 kills you've had is actually on Kuro, the Wyvern.
Conversely, all the cores have died so far for EG.
Yep. Everyone's got 1 death to their name. And then the SD to add the 4th for Liquid. Meanwhile, Miracle getting some good space in this bottom lane, a farmed up PL. They will be able to control him for the moment. Doppelganger gonna get the snap, follow him, Burrow Strike. Miracle decide not to wait it out too long. He doesn't have the space, not when 2 callers from EG rotate in. And Crit's able to land that stun.
That's how Crit gets the kill, is if everybody comes over. But I think that was important for EG. You have to at least represent some strength on the map. Without that though, it is quite difficult to kill Liquid's heroes. EG are gonna have to commit more cores to it, which is okay, I think. It does allow Matema Man though to start picking up some free XP mid, get some more farm.
It's just the balance of space which is coming in for Liquid. As you were mentioning, EG, if you've got to commit multiple heroes, how do you keep doing this while keeping solid lane pressure? Universe does his TP out just in time, able to complete it. We'll have to go all the way back to base, and now there's space on both mid and bottom. EG have no players there to contest. And Liquid, how do you read it? You got Crit at a high movement speed. GH kicks him away from the bounty rune, but it brings him closer to Mind Control. The Eclipse comes off. Mind Control trying to have the creep wave soak up more of those lucent beams, but it won't happen. Clockwork will fall. And the attack is coming to the tier 1 tower on top.
It feels like Mind Control got really unlucky there. Every single lucent beam hit him in the ult.
They feel like they can go this. Yeah. Lasso is up, so if they want to do it, they can hold him there, but GH,
get him over the
double kick and the silence. Samel was to help out, but Matumban, he'll get the Viper Strike off. Universe will tick out here no matter what, and with Kuro rotating in, Universe will die, GH will fall with him, so EG get the better trade out of this. Batrider for the Viper ES.
Perfectly fine, as it felt like Universe just walked in there. Didn't have a huge contest. GH did a very nice job of keeping them on the low ground so that they could at least get the return kill. If they get onto the high ground, it becomes much more difficult for Matema Man to fight back there. He does die with 15 wand charges. Don't think it would have mattered though. He was going to tick out anyways.
Can we look into this 10-15 minute window when the PL's going to have a diffuser blade up and running? We saw the effectiveness over the last 2 days when that diffuser blade comes to the fight. Do EG have enough to deal with that? Do you avoid the fight? Or are you okay with the status of the Luna right now?
I think you're okay right now with how the game's going for both sides. For EG, taking a look at the stack situation, it's not like it was in the Gyrocopter game. They haven't really stacked too much for RTZ. And it does look like Miracle's going for something we see a lot in China, just going for the tread straight into the defusal. I think this represents that they do want to take fights early on. As he's going to TP top, anticipates the pressure bottom, and now Liquid, they're gathering around this mid area. They want to try to make a play with Mind Control's hookshot.
Yep, now they have that up, but no one's coming to fight. EG are the ones who are just dodging the engagement. Chris doing the pull on bottom was to drag that wave up and allow the T1 tower to take more damage. But the second this rotation started to happen, Miracle just TP'd top. He still wants to get that diffuser blade up before he begins any kind of involvement in a fight. And if Liquid are adding pressure towards the mid, what's EG really going to do? They're going to take the tier 1 tower on bottom, then they lose tier 1 towers in return.
And that's why you see these 3 heroes right now on the side of EG in this mid lane. Liquid, though, trying to get as much out of the map as they can is grabbing that tower. They do take a very slight edge, but this bottom tower should go in kind. This is a catapult wave. So RTZ wants to push in with this. It doesn't look like Liquid is interested in defending it, especially with the TP not available on Miracle.
Do you actually just jump over there and go? It'll take you some time to get down there, but the tower's still quite strong. You've got fortification available too.
No, I don't think you do.
So you're just happy with the PL farming top and the pressure on mid?
Yeah, Liquid out of all teams, they don't really defend their safe lane tower very much because I think they think it's kind of a hard area to protect. Instead, they're going to try to look to get aggressive in this mid lane. This is a principle that has kind of stood the test of time, patch to patch. They don't really care about this bottom safe lane tower too much, but
Mind Control just revealed himself.
Yeah, that's a little bit odd. I guess the tower's still relatively high HP, and it's more odd that EG didn't commit to that harder, because nobody was going down there. I think Mind Control mainly TP'd down there because, well, nobody from EG was hitting it.
Well, EG wasn't exactly certain where they were either. That's like they ping out where Mind Control is now, but he's smoked to get in behind the tower. GH is still standing in the same position. The warden of the mid. Well, Matama can just chip away at the tower. He's fine. He's got 17 one charges. You want to initiate on him with 3 points up in corrosive skin and those 17 one charges? That's almost no damage, while Miracle already has a second blade of alacrity and is about 400, 500 gold away from completing up the diffusal blade. While all this time has been going on, the 1k-ish gold lead that EG had is gone, and now it's up to GH. Initiates forward, they get the Viper Strike off, and this is going to be difficult for Samel to regenerate through. In fact, he cannot do it. Crit, double Burrow Strike, GH and Matubman to get caught. It's easy with that Lucent Beam. GH will take damage from the tower. That's why the curse comes out. The kick, is there enough distance? Crit, he'll get kicked up again. GH into Roshan. He needs a rolling boulder away, and there it goes, but Crit able to get the Burrow Strike in time, closing the distance with the Blink Dagger.
And finds the DD rune, but still worth it for Liquid, because during this time, Miracle just continues to farm, and now RTZ's pinging this bottom tower. And
Miracle's got the full diffusal, it's done.
Yeah, there was this period where it just felt like EG were not accomplishing too much. They're allowing this Phantom Lancer to get out of control. Like, they needed to take this bottom tower, but they just watched Liquid set up 3 heroes in mid. They eventually got a kill, and they didn't even lose their bottom tower for it as the hook comes in here.
Actually managed to get the disruption off, but the support from Koro, the stun, Crit, he couldn't blink himself forward, he got attacked, so the epicenter, most of the pulses have little to no effect, as Mind Control keeps the run, 1 second till Cogs, the Lucent Beam. Or cancel off the ability to at least create distance with the Cogs. And Matubman, revenge won't happen. Crit into the Invis of Sandstorm and walks away.
That was a lot of abilities though, and look at top. Phantom Lancer just continues to farm.
Yep.
He heavily leads the field in experience right now, 3 levels higher than anybody on the side of EG.
He can still come down to this bottom lane and defend it if they want to. Dire are scanning, expecting someone to be around.
I think they're being way too worried about this bottom tower area. If they did their research on Liquid, they know that Liquid doesn't really even care about this. They saw the Phantom Lancer up at top. Miracle for a while didn't have a TP. They weren't willing to rotate to this tower, only when EG sort of gave up on it, and EG putting no pressure on the map allows Liquid to post up like this in multiple lanes.
Yep.
Now Liquid will take the mid tower for free. This is ideal for them right now.
Universe has to be careful when he comes in that close. You say for free, like the tier 1 for tier 1 tower trade, but if they get a kill with it, Mind Control has that hook shot, the ability just to initiate in quickly. Crit. Ollie walks through with a double burrow strike again. Sandstorm allows him to run out. Kuro will drop the sentry ward, trying to keep some kind of extra information.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
PL's not there. Miracle's still up on top. He doesn't want to join the fight. He's now got his next Blade of Alacrity, almost completed up the Yar shot, and hook shot, Mind Control. Well, that's nothing but illusions, but the kick from GH, catching both Crit and Universe. A 3-man Dream Coil from Sumail, but no follow-up from Evil Geniuses. Epicenter is still on cooldown. Crit's not ready to fight. Universe has no Blink Dagger, just has the drum charges to run in and attempt the lasso.
Yeah, Miracle grabs the tier 2 tower up at top. It feels like he's playing his own PvE game. Hasn't been touched at all. Not enough pressure being put on by Liquid either. And this is the kind of strategy that we wanted to see out of the Viper, where Liquid is crowding around this hero, protecting him at all costs, and at the same time, as a result of this 4-man, Miracle has been completely unpunished. We saw this combination from Na'Vi yesterday when they had the Phantom Lancer and the Viper, but they weren't able to really get it to work because they didn't really pressure the map, and it felt like everybody else was willing to defend towers against them. But this time around, Liquid is putting so much pressure onto EG.
They can't close the distance. They'll rely on GH to get the rolling boulder initiation. That's the only way this is really going to work while Arteezy holds the high ground. This just feels very reminiscent also of like Team Secret style of timings, where you have like that lone druid Midas into Radiance, then comes into the fights and just going to wreck everything. But Miracle, so much stronger already. And EG, they're trying to do something about him. They're turning their attention up their Universe. He's going to have the timing right. There's still Doppelganger and one charge is available. They'll let the Doppelganger go, and Miracle stands his ground to fight, but the damage comes in droves. And PL will fall.
That was a very important kill for EG. He'd largely been untouched. And it felt like EG was preparing for a fight that never came. But that pickoff attempt, Miracle got a little bit too familiar with that top lane area.
Yeah.
I mean, he might as well. He's been up there for 10 minutes and nobody's done anything about it.
Yeah.
If he dies once for it, I think he's going to be perfectly fine with that.
I don't believe he lost any money too. He bought the Yasha before death, so...
EG though, they want to take this fight.
Oh, GH.
Look at GH, he's invis.
He found Crit. Crit's going to get the Burrow Strike off, however. As GH will miss the kick onto Universe. Arctic Burn up from Koro. All they want to do is secure this bottom tower with a fortification. No denial from Evil Geniuses. They're still looking for the opportunity. GH jumping forward, gets hit by the Viper Strike. Hook shot's going to be off the mark from Mind Control, so they don't close the distance on the SK, who can just regenerate through the Viper Strike. But trouble for Batrider, stunned up, being controlled by Matoman. Fear will buy some time, but the Cogs burn push onto Universe is too strong. So Batrider will fall. Phantom Lancer this time involved in the fight. Liquid have all 5 heroes on the bottom lane. Combining with the Catapult, they're pushing the tier 2 tower.
You could tell they were so hesitant to give up on that fight, EG, because they had their own tier 1 available. They know that Liquid doesn't. Miracle was dead. They felt like it was going to be a 5v4 fight in their favor, but Liquid just got superior vision down with this ward. They have an even deeper one now too. GH being invis really helped that out. Crit wasn't able to really set his feet. So Liquid get another win. Still, the gold lead is only 2,000.
Yeah, it's not that different, but there's critical items starting to arrive, which are going to cause a lot of problems. Like, Miracle's encroaching on that Manta Style pretty soon, so Silence from Puck won't be able to control him. And Blade Mail on Clockwork, he's going to be a real problem if these hook shots start to connect.
Yeah, it's going to force Arteezy to go for the Force Staff and the Hurricane Pike a little bit sooner than he'd like. Normally we see him try to scale with items like the BKB or the Butterfly, but this time around he's going to build quite defensively because of the Clockwork.
That Hurricane Pike's actually, well, practically done on Matumberman. Farms up this top wave and he's got it.
He just needs the ability to disengage right now. He does finish it, is kind of out of mana, has rebought raindrops. Now they're going to pop the Shrine together. Refill, be in fighting shape right now.
Yep.
And this Viper just 2 deaths early, but since then has not been.
Oh, mind control. He actually managed to get Arteezy. He's like, please, turn on the Eclipse. I want you to. I really want you to. Because that's when they're going to Blade Mail. But yep, underneath the shrine, the curse is out. Arteezy is actually killing himself with the illusions. Not enough with the rocket. He's barely alive. Purge, mind control will break free the cogs, create space on the high ground, and this will isolate Fear right next to the shrine. They got no more regeneration. And Arteezy, he goes down. Mind control manages to snipe the kill on him. While Kuro, Cold Embrace, and Samel will bring in the magical damage to at least penetrate that Cold Embrace. But while that all happens on bottom lane, the PL is pushing in. Crit can fight this one. Mind control is barely surviving. Starts to CP University attack. Oh, he won't get out. They'll bring him down. But bottom lane, the tier 3 towers on a half-life. Miracle will start his TP. There's nothing Samel can do about it.
And Crit even going to go down to Matama Man. And I'm not sure if the Obs caught that, but Mind Control started chasing after Arteezy. Arteezy pops the Eclipse. As soon as the first beam lands, he pops the Blade Mill. It instantly refracts back onto him and kills him. Very nice timing. Arteezy felt like he had to make that play, but Mind Control just a little bit better.
He held that Blade Mail for so long,
yes. He's like, I dare you. Please, please use it. And now Eclipse is down for 2 minutes. Miracle has just continued to farm out the map. Liquid is doing such a good job of the 4-on-5 right now. It just feels like EG can't really contest them. They haven't had enough happen around the map with their playmakers. This Puck, this Sanking, these Bad Riders, they just lack the damage against this Viper, who's got a ton of tankiness with that corrosive skin. You could see it right there. He got surrounded by like 4 heroes, didn't matter. Stood his ground.
And you can see too, like you're talking at the start where Matubman would go second item BKB, but he knows in this game he doesn't have to. He's going to go Maelstrom on the Viper because the game is just going so well for Team Liquid. He can bring in that damage and you don't have the other problem he would have had if he had the BKB, which is the lack of damage, the lack of team fight presence.
And right now Liquid, they're getting aggressive here.
Radiant scanned him. They scanned him, they hit perfectly. They know that their Miracle doesn't react in time, so his Doppelganger Lasso is out. Hook shot, Mind Control, tries to create space, able to do so.
He's got Doppelganger.
Center, well, can they bring in the damage? They can from Team Liquid, but not from Evil Geniuses. Crit hiding in the Sandstorm. Mind Control starting his TP home already. Needs to regenerate and stay alive, while Kuro wants a bigger target. They'll find Fear a little bit higher up. Miracle, the man initiated on, will find the kill onto the EG captain as 3 are lost, but nothing lost for Liquid.
Yeah, Miracle got pretty low there, but they're throwing everything that they can on him, and they're still unable to grab that kill. This does not bode well right now for EG. It just feels like they don't have enough when it comes to damage. Everyone's timings are a little bit off, and it comes back to that mid game where they weren't able to accomplish anything. They didn't pressure down this bottom tower. They didn't deal with Miracle up at top. They weren't taking the mid fight. And Liquid were okay with that kind of passive game. You notice that they were really loath to go bottom. They eventually sent Mind Control, and he's like, why is no one trying to take this tower? And it was because everybody on Liquid was farming.
Yep. They were being the ones efficient. They thought they would have actually had less time to do this farming, but EG gives them the breathing room, and now that room starts to extend a long way north. The gold advantage is rapidly approaching 6,000. The experience graph is a big vertical swing. It was actually going the way of EG, but the swing's about 5K as well. If these fights continue on, you know Team Liquid, maybe not the greatest Roshan team, can just slip in there and try and take it. But EG, they prep for the fight in mid. Maybe Crit this time can actually have an influence more than a Burrow Strike. I was still waiting for his epicenter damage, for the control that comes in from this Blink Veil Puck. Like, it's like EG do have the combinations, they just are incapable of getting it off because the fight splits into 3 different pieces.
Yeah, right now, this game reminds me exactly of their game against Secret, where, you remember Secret, it looked like the game was even because Secret kept taking these 4-on-5 fights, and the entire time their lone druid was just farming away. And it feels like EG is struggling with that kind of style. When somebody is just willing to split them up, EG is anticipating these fights that never really happen. And Liquid, they're just like, well, we'll take advantage of this and continue to farm. EG's always tensed up, Liquid playing very loose, allowing themselves to play very aggressively. Remember, Miracle did die up at top, but he took 2 towers out of that for free. He was untouched for longer than 10 minutes.
And he's going to be very hard to actually bring down for EG. They don't have enough sustained damage, and once this heart is completed, because that is what Miracle is working on next, he buys the even now, so the strength increase is already going to be there. And Evil Geniuses, they're grouped up, they're smoked up, they're thinking maybe Miracle will force the bottom lane. There's only 1 outer tower
the Team Liquid wants to take, and they're straight down mid, so Evil Geniuses will slowly move their way there, but Liquid, they also smoke up. 4 heroes together.
They should know about this, though.
It's such a bait.
Yeah, EG think that they have the high ground already, but Liquid is holding the area behind them very smartly. They don't think that EG will come from this angle. Now EG making their long trek around. Doesn't look like they do want to get into this engagement.
Smoke wears off for EG. Where's his rocket from Mind Control? Where's the scouting?
They don't want to give it up. You can see it directionally. So they're trying to be careful
crit.
now.
Caught. Silence. He wants to burrow strike out of this one. Magnetize just turned on. Hook shot.
Control.
They read the wrong direction. Crit went down the river, not up the hill. And now GH has to keep going, commit more rocks. And there comes your kick in with the Magnetize. It looks like it's going to be enough damage for Crit to die. Kuro will actually... Really? Okay, yeah, he'll take that kill off GH, did all the work.
And mid lane, Miracle. Arteezy doesn't have a Manta style of his own or a BKB. Miracle's just stalking him right now.
If he turns on the Mask of Madness to farm up the Ancients too, you know he wants it.
Yeah, Miracle now hunting Fear. Thinking about going on this, and he is.
That's an easier kill for them. Even if Fear goes for the disruption and can turn the PL on himself, it ain't gonna happen. Doppelganger up. Now it's up to Sumail trying to clean through these Miracle illusions. Arteezy is here, but the Glaives, they're not even reaching the real Miracle. He just waits out the Dream Pole and turns over. They Doppelganger up. Arteezy inside the base will die. Nowhere is safe for the boys in blue. And meaning the boys on the right, not Kuro who's left.
They're gonna now make their descent.
Sumail goes in again.
Yep.
Miracle shrugged it off. He looks so low, but he's still got 700 HP.
Universe jumps in, immediately gets Cogs back. Just trying to Firefly around this area. This is gonna send Liquid backwards, but I mean, EG, we've seen them make some sick comebacks before, so it's hard to count them out.
True.
But this one feels a lot more complicated.
We're gonna learn the lesson from yesterday, right? That Na'Vi helped us with. No matter how far behind in a game you are, there's always a way you could throw.
I think lineup-wise, though, it was a little bit better for EG. Like, it was easier for them to scale, go into the late game, because they had Omni Knight. I think Omni Knight's an incredible hero. And in the game against VP, they had 2 of these AoE clears. They had the Gyrocopter and the Medusa, so they could always deal with these super creeps. Well, their lineup right now just doesn't have a lot of firepower behind it. Maybe if they get to a really, really late game scenario, but even then, I don't know if I favor the Luna over the Phantom Lancer and the Viper.
But now the Phantom Lancer's got hard. You're seeing the stats continue to rise. You've got 3.2k life at the moment, and Skadi is the next on the list for Miracle.
Yeah,
so
it's the dual core against the single core right now, because the puck just hasn't been able to scale.
At least Arteezy should get close to the BKB before the next engagement happens. This is because he's getting the space on bottom lane, having a lot more confidence.
Be careful, Toby.
I'm good. Didn't take out the soundboard, just my chat.
All right, so now Roshan starts. This is the downside of Liquid's lineup, is that no matter how far ahead they get, Roshan isn't super easy for them.
Yeah. At least now with the changes with the illusions and how they work on Roshan, it's not as bad as it would be.
Yeah. They don't have a medallion either, though, so this is the first Roshan of the game. It's going to take them like 45 seconds, which is
could be one of the rare games too. You don't even have a medallion. Medallion Solar Crests have been pretty prevalent throughout this tournament. EG's ready to fight on bottom. Look at Liquid come so quickly. They're underneath the Dire Observer Ward, so these TPs in are very visible. Mind Control looking for a target. Rocket's still on cooldown. And EG have successfully fallen back.
Yeah, and EG.
Oh, Miracle. Yeah, going after Arteezy. A quick Hurricane Pike trying to create a little bit of space. He's still got that Ogre Club in his backpack, so it's not the extra life for Miracle. This is a huge kill if they can claim him. They'll burn the Aegis, the Immortal, which is going to cripple the Liquid heavy push, but here they come again. Miracle, Doppelganger's away, the kick flies in from the side, they hook shot perfectly into Crit. He'll burrow strike down, but the magnetized tick damage will be enough to kill Crit underneath the tier 3 tower, but yep, you're right. Miracle hunting back towards the fountain. Universe is low, the Manta illusions and all the other illusions are chasing him underneath the fountain. But where else do you attack? You need the creep wave is coming in through the bottom now. So Team Liquid beat into the tier 3 tower on bot lane. Sumail wants to try and slow this down. Fortification will help, but the curse is there. It's Kuro holding in Sumail. He'll Yule Scepter up. There's a big waste of the curse. They still get the tier 3 tower, however. But Miracle, he really wants to get more. They focus on the melee racks. Universe, no lasso available, so we can't really go for that perfect initiation. They need to start clearing this up. The Dream Call holds him in position, gets a stun onto Miracle, but Matoman stands his ground, already has a crack at Arteezy with that Viper Strike, pushing forward. Arteezy falls low, not low enough for death, but low enough for Liquid to have enough space to take that bottom lane.
They're unable to do anything. They really needed to be able to win that fight when they dragged him in. You saw the Viper was halfway across the map, but Crit got caught on the southern end, and Miracle chased them into their fountain, and they weren't able to do anything about it. Never really a good sign. Now he's going to start beating on the shrine. Seems like they can only kill him with the lasso.
EG is coming. You don't have Dream Call. You don't have that big AoE control. You don't even have Purge available. And they want to have a crack at Miracle, who's fighting on the shrine. Here comes Universe. The lasso finding on the back lines. GH epicenter from Crit will be lacquered on top. They find the kill. So first one goes the way of EG. Arteezy with the Eclipse. A little bit of chip damage into mind control. They want to find more, but it looks like Liquid have already hit the exit button, or have they? Miracle, he's full life, running in. He'll be quite happy to take the loser beam. Hook shot, barely missing Arteezy. Mind control was looking to thread the eye of the needle. It won't happen, but they get the Burrow Strike. Matumberman will fall down. EG, a huge fight for them until the curse onto Samael. Arteezy will kill his friend. And then will lose his own life. Crit has to hide inside the sandstorm. Not a lot of places he can go apart from blinking up back past his own shrine. And back to safety, but that was the best fight EG could have hoped for.
Yes, they managed to finally take down the Viper, and despite losing 3 heroes to 2, the gold change does go their way, considering how far behind they were. 13K is the lead. They still have Miracle problems, though. This hero is getting untouched in these fights. If we take a look at it here, he walks in, doesn't care, in the middle of everything. EG unable to set up any kind of fight as Arteezy trying to find that top angle. Just not putting out enough damage to deal with these illusions, and this Winner's Curse absolutely obliterates Sumail.
It does showcase that issue, though, with the Viper when he doesn't get his BKB off.
He's still killable.
He is still killable.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Dota, is if you have enough control, you can take heroes down, but it's the double core from Liquid versus the single core on EG.
That's when they have to turn the core of Liquid against him. You've got the Shadow Demon there for evil geniuses. If he can keep doing some lifting, keep changing that PL to fight against.
Yeah, you notice he's just getting jumped on every fight, though, by Miracle. Yep. Miracle forces him to use the Banish, and then he kills him anyways. They have a mini illusion battle, but Miracle almost always ends up on top.
Oh, Miracle.
This could be
very farming Universe.
Very far from the rest of his team.
Is available. Lasso's going to be there. Crit prepping the epicenter. They've got to hit that Burrow Strike timing right. They're waiting for it. There's your doppelganger. Which way is the right way? Miracle down to 1/3 of his HP. There's still 1,400 available, and this didn't work. There was no mana for the Burrow Strike from Crit after he went for the epicenter. They didn't have that follow-up control.
Even after all of that, he has more HP than the Shadow Demon walks around with. That would have been a huge opportunity for them. He was so far away from the rest of his team.
Oh, GH, he's got the Eul Scepter, canceling the TP out from the Luna, gets on the kick, and this buys time for Mind Control to close the distance. Eul Scepter puts him up in the air. The cogs won't really push anything as Arteezy burns his BKB to stay alive and retreat. But here comes GH once again. Aggressive blinking from Team Liquid. They will not get the pick on EG. The top lane is being pressured in. That mid tower is low. There's creeps inside the base. So it's quite easy for Liquid to keep the base assault going.
Right now, Liquid, not really fearing anything anymore. If you witness bottom, you're like, okay, our PL actually can't die anymore.
He's got Scotty. That's what's coming in on the courier right now.
Just continue to tank up. Don't really need damage. Don't need the butterfly. Get as tanky as possible. Make it as hard as you can for EG to take you down.
And this is the only time we can say Miracle is 4K. That's how much HP he's got, and we'll see if EG can do anything about it. Crit is controlled in the back lines. Fear will fall. Again, he is target #1 for that Phantom Lancer. They can move through to target 2 and 3. Universe and Crit will go down. Buybacks are available. The Team Liquid stand inside the base. They know they've got so much to fight with. Samael, the Dream Call is nice, but Matoman just BKBs and just fight straight back. Arteezy's got nothing in the tank. There's nothing that EG can do, and they will call good game, well played. Team Liquid, game 1 belongs to them.
Yeah, no chance that they can win this one. And it was really the mid game that did it in for EG. There was just that passive period from the 8 to 15 minute mark where they didn't get anything accomplished, and neither did really Liquid. Liquid was also kind of content to farm, but they were just getting more out of the map as a result of their safe laner hitting creeps, taking towers. EG unable to do the same. I think Liquid anticipated the mirror move. They anticipated EG to make the same move down towards bottom, but surprisingly, EG didn't even make that move. They just kind of chilled and waited.
Yeah, it's like, I wonder if there was more urgency, if this game would have played out differently, but they can look at it, they can think about game 2. That is where their hopes will have to remain alive. Evil Geniuses, it's the lower bracket final. You lose that next game, you are out, and Liquid will have a rematch against Team Secret. Who will make it? We'll find out in just a bit.